Guys, it's January 12th and we are on a roll, aren't we? Several videos in a row. Don't get used to it. It could change any time. just saying. All right, got our calendar marked. I think the next video might be our January from last year's calendar video, I think. But for today, we're going to work on the next mixed medium morsels technique that Cat Hand has put out. And today's technique is alcohol background. So all you need is your book and 3 paints. You can use any colors you want. She suggests using 2 lighter but bright colors for the background and then a darker color for the top coat. And so I've chosen these 3. The colors I'm using is, this is Anita's Green Apple, Anita's Hawaii, and then I'm using Apple Barrel, Azul, is that it? Okay. Oh, Bright Blue. And these paints are a little older, I think. So I don't know if they still have these colors out or not. Hopefully they do, and you can find them if that's what you're looking for specifically. I've got a couple paper towels sitting here to catch drippage because we are supposed to use really wet, juicy paint. And you need rubbing alcohol. This is 70% isopropyl rubbing alcohol, which you get from anywhere really, store, grocery store, Walmart, Target, Walgreens, CVS, anything like that, whatever drugstores you have. And then I've got a little container here. I use this for paint markings for circles, and I'm just going to use it to pour my alcohol in. And then I've got a brush for painting, and I've got a bigger brush that I'm going to use for the top layer, and then one for the alcohol. You don't have to do that. I'm just doing it that way. You can use one brush for everything if you want to. Doesn't matter. And you can use your heat gun. Yay! I can use my heat gun. Okay, so we're on to, let's see. I did not do the black gesso background yet for the plastic wrap technique, so we're moving on. This page needs to be sat on for a while. Make it straight again. It's very thick. This is the last technique. Let's see, my camera angle's different today for some reason. Everything's weird, so try to compensate. Okay, next one. Let's get a page out. This one, I have done alcohol ink playing around before, but never with rubbing alcohol. So I was really glad she did this technique because I've not done this before. So I'm anxious to do it and see what happens. And I'm putting my paper towel under my page so that any dripping through here will catch on the paper towel and just soak in on the edges. If you're using a book where you are working this way or this way, you might want to protect this page and the page under this page here. So however you choose to do it, you act accordingly what you think you need to do. You do not need to gesso or prepare the first page here. Let me see if this the camera just doesn't seem right. It just seems crooked to me, but oh well, we'll go with it. Okay, no gessoing, no prep work, straight onto the page. This is mixed media. I told you in my very first video, I'm using the mixed media 300 series 90-pound paper in a 5.5 by 8.5 Strathmore book. Okay, so I don't know what you're using, so you have to adjust what you're doing according to what you're using. But you take, and I only saw the video one time. I may should go back and look at it again, but we're going to go for it this time without going back to refer. The first one, the first layer, is your 2 different colors. And you just put down paint and spread it around the page. So that's what we're going to do. We'll put down some paint here and here. And that's kind of glopping. I told you it's a little, oop, I didn't want that much. We're going to put some back. I don't want that much. Okay. Well, maybe I do need a little more than that. I've got a bigger page. She's working on a smaller book, so she doesn't need as much paint. We can always add more. This first layer, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't have to be wet. It can just, you're gonna dry it anyway, so I can add what I need as I go. The green, I want to kind of be more dominant color, so I'm gonna put a little more of it on. And let's see what we get. Okay, then I'm gonna take my brush and I'm just gonna, first I'm going to spread the green around. Kind of in between all these. You do it however you want. This is just the way I'm doing it. It doesn't matter, I don't think. Just be careful that your paints that you put together don't make a mud color, which I have been prone to do. It's easy to do that when, you know, I don't really know a lot about color mixing. I know some. I've learned by instinct. A lot of what I do is just by instinct. It's not because I know for sure what's going to happen. I don't know, I like certain colors together and they seem to go together. Some things I've learned by watching other people, not much, because I don't pay attention to that kind of thing too much, but I probably should. I probably should learn, take time and learn how it works so that I don't waste time putting colors together that don't go. But I've been pretty lucky most of the time. Okay, I'm putting the blue, mixing it in. Putting the extra on a index card. Put down a lot of paint, probably more than I needed. So I'm gonna have to add a little bit more green because I've covered the green too much. Or maybe I don't. Maybe this is good. Maybe that's good enough. In the monitor up there, it looks really green, but there's blue in it. Maybe I want more blue. Maybe that's what I want. Okay, we're just gonna leave it like that. Look at all the extra paint I used. Didn't need that much, but this will be a good background starter. Starter iCAD. All right, set that up to dry. I'm gonna dry this off camera and then I'm gonna come back and tell you what she says to do next. Okay, that's pretty dry. The next step, she said, use a darker color. So this is a darker blue. Hopefully it'll show up well enough. Maybe I could use black. Black might be really pretty on this. Ooh, do we dare switch and go with the black? No, let's stick with the blue. I can always do another one. I really want to see what the blue looks like. I know the black will be pretty. I'm pretty sure it will. Okay, this paint here has to be really watered down. So have a little bit of water handy. If I can find my water spray. There it is. It's one of them. And what you're going to do is you're going to put some paint on your mat or in your palette, whatever you're using, and get it really wet. Add water to it. Get it really, really wet. Super wet. And then you're going to cover your page. And while it's still wet, you have to add your alcohol ink, your alcohol, so don't let this dry. I'm using a bigger page, so I'm thinking that I'm going to do separate sections, maybe. I don't know. If I can get this wet enough and go fast enough, I probably can get it covered. So I'm going to be prepared. I'm going to pour my alcohol into the cap and have it ready to go, sitting off to the side. So, all right, alcohol's there, and I'm going to put out my paint. I want a lot because I've got a big page. Let's put this up here so you can see it. Well, put it right there. Yeah, I want you to be able to see all this. And then I think I want more paint. Then I'm gonna water it down, and this is gonna run, so I don't know if I have enough room. All right, water. No, that won't work. All right, we're just gonna go for it. Once I get it mixed in, should be fine. Do I want to paint with that, or do I want to? I think I'll paint with the big one. Okay, you get it really good and mixed up. And she said you'll be able to tell if it's too dry or not wet enough, and this is not wet enough, and it's because it's clumpy. And it just feels thicker than it should be, so you just keep adding water till you get it where you want it. Okay. All right, this is nice and wet. I think we're gonna go with that. And then we're gonna work quickly, cover our page. There's a gloppy in it, so get that out. This still might have been too thick. We'll see. Gotta work pretty quick because you want your page to stay wet. You want to cover it completely. One more little run, and then I'm going to pick this up. I'm going to put it in my alcohol ink, or alcohol, and I'm going to splatter it on. Now she did drops. I want a lot of alcohol on here. So that's what I'm doing. Lots of alcohol. Okay, can you see that happening? I'll bring you in close. Look what's going on. Just beautiful. Love it. Oh, and I can breathe in the alcohol. Be careful when you do this. You don't want to breathe in the alcohol. I just took a deep breath. It's like, all right, well, I think that's good enough for now. I had it nice and wet. That's good. So it did a lot of reaction. Okay. So I think, I'm not sure if she dried it or not. I think she did. So I'm going to dry my page. Let me find a place to put this extra paint. Where's my paint notebook? I have a notebook that I put extra paint in. I think it's full, so I think it's time to start working in it too. Looking for a page to drop extra paint in. Well, I think it's pretty full. That page is actually done. Oop, you're really close. You can't see. It's okay. I'm just putting a little bit of paint in my book, and it's not going to take it all because I'm not going to cover it. I'm not going to cover the page. All right, let me go and I'll clean this up and I'll get rid of this paint and then I'll dry and come back and we'll talk. Okay, this is my page nice and dry. Well, almost dry. There's a couple spots, but the camera's just weird today. I don't know what's going on. All right, so there's the page. I've got 3 colors going on. The 2 on the bottom, which I told you were these 2 colors, and the one on the top, which is the darker color. I'm going to try this again, and I'm going to use a different color variation. I'm not going to do it in my book. I'm going to do it on another sheet of paper because then I think I'm going to use it for a background for something else. So I will do that on camera for you just so you see how it turns out. So I'll be right back with you as soon as I get prepared. Hold on. Okay, how could you think that I could leave this page alone and not do anything else to it? I don't know, but I went off to get my other sheet and I thought, why not use this one? I just played on it with some flowers. I just doodled with my Jelly Roll pen, a Sharpie poster paint marker, and a Permaball pen. And I might add a few more doodles to it, and then I'm going to collage, seal it with Deco Page because it gives it a prettier, shinier look. And so that's what I'm going to do, and then I'll come back and show you what it looks like when it's done. But I just doodled on it a little bit. Not much, just a little. I might add some, and then I'll come back and I'll show you what I've done. Okay, I have finished playing with this page. I didn't do it on camera because I kind of played with it a little at a time. I was sitting here the whole time, but I was just looking at it and thinking about it, and I would add a little blob of paint here or a dot here or a swoosh there, and I just eventually wound up with what I wound up with. So I didn't do it on camera, and I apologize. But all I did was I stayed within the color theme of the 3 colors we used, but I added white and a little bit of black pen. Not much black pen. I kind of preferred the white, so I went back over it with white again. Just took some white paint and painted in my little scallops and added my little green dots using the green we used. And I painted some flowers I just scribbled flowers actually. Then I went in with the white paint and added the dot, and I kind of liked it. So then I added a little bit of white in the center of the petals, and then I like that. So then I drew around the petal again with white paint, and then I came in with the green paint and put the dot in the middle, and I like that. So I just added it around the petal too, and I like that. Then I came in with this color, the blue, and I put the dots around the center, and then I liked it, so I added some blue in the center of the petal. So I just kept adding and adding until I got what I got. I also added a layer of sealer from this bottle, which is called Deco Page. It's the gloss. So that's on top to seal it, which gives it a shiny look. But I'm very happy with it. I think it's very pretty. I love this technique. I will do it again. And I made a few notes on the back so I know what I did. And I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you'll give it a try. I put the links below telling you how to get to her playlist, her channel, the Facebook group, and I hope you give it a try. I know now that I've played around with this page that I'm going to have to go back and do something with this page. You just can't leave one blank page. I don't think I can. So, all right. Have a great day. I will see you guys in the next video, whenever that may be. I hope you have a creative afternoon or evening or morning or whatever you're doing, and thank you all for being here. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.